how many times had you shot at aircraft prior to that hit? Was that a regular occurrence, or was that the first time?
No, never shot at an aircraft.
So you must have just been in awe, shocked,
I was.
and just
I was.
That was a
I
huge
was.
victory.
Well,
personal victory.
after I got through shooting and I saw that bomb drop out, I tried to hit the bomb, but it was too small an object in the
Sure.
sky and I couldn't hit it. So I just threw myself down and buried my head in my arms, and when the thing hit, I got up and I was covered with gray bomb dust all over me. I looked like a ghost, I guess. And
Wow.
yeah,
And that had to really fuel you, get you motivated. Those victories like
Yeah.
that. I bet that
Yeah.
felt really good.
yeah.
That's what you trained for.
When did you find out about what was going on in Germany with the Holocaust and the Jewish people? Did you find out later on? Did you know? Was there any intel that came in about what was going on over
No.
in Germany?
No, we didn't get all that stuff.
Gotcha.
All we got was preparation instructions and the here and now. We didn't get word of all that, what they were doing to the Jews. And
Did you ever keep in contact with any leadership that you had? Any of the senior NCOs, the officers that were in charge
I
of you?
kept in touch with the NCO. In fact, I went to see him after I got out of the service. And my wife and I were going to California. I took a job with North American Aircraft. And in fact, the Army sent me to school. After I got out, I went to Indiana Tech in Fort Wayne, Indiana, got my degree in engineering, and was on my way to California. I had taken a job with North American Aircraft. I helped design the F-86 in North America, at North
kidding.
American.
That's awesome.
So I had stopped in Texas to see this first sergeant.
So let's fast forward a little bit. You talked a little bit about going to school on the GI Bill, I'm
Yeah.
assuming, when they introduced that. Can you talk about after the war? Obviously you must have met a woman, like you said, and got married,
Yep.
and you went to California. How long did you work out there then for?
I worked at March Air Force Base, 15th Air Force Headquarters. I worked for them close to a year, maybe a little more. And they closed March Air Force Base. And so the general at SAC here in Offutt called me and asked me what I wanted to do, and I told him I didn't want to stay in California because I wouldn't have a job. And he said, well, come on out here to SAC, I got a job for you. So I transferred to SAC headquarters here. And,
What year was that?
oh, golly, what year was it? I don't know precisely. It was in the 50s,
Okay.
I think. Early 50s.
Was that your first time in Nebraska?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I married no, it wasn't the first time.
Okay.
Because I'd married my Who's Your Hot Shot farm girl
Yeah.
from Nebraska.
Okay.
I tell you what, when I was in a house with a couple of other guys and they were students, and one of them was going with a girl from the gas company, and he finally said, Ed, you ought to team up with us. He said, we'll get you a job with one of the girls at the gas company. I said, okay. So he got me a date with this farm girl, and I was smitten. And I ended up marrying her. She gave me 5 beautiful kids.
Wow.
She passed away a year and a half ago. And I sure miss her. But
So you have children or grown children around here now?
yes, I've got 3 sons in Omaha. 4 sons, I'm sorry. Is it? Yeah. My oldest son is in Oxford, Mississippi, and I got three sons in Omaha, and a daughter just moved to Arizona.
Okay.
Moved out of California
Yeah.
before it burns up.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
A lot of fires now. Yeah.
So you consider yourself a Nebraskan, then? You've been here
Absolutely.
most of your life
yeah,
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any questions from anybody out there?
I don't have any question, but I've known Ed for a while, and we've heard a lot of historical spots: Catherine Pass, St. Lo, the Ardennes, Omaha Beach. Thank you for your service.
Yeah. Thank you, John.
Yeah, agreed. This is stuff that we all learn in history classes at young ages, and to hear it from
Yeah.
someone that was there, your experience is pretty incredible. I feel pretty honored to be here and sitting here having a conversation with you. I'm happy you're here with us.
Thank
Such
you.
a pleasure.
I'm blessed because my grandfather fought in the Pacific, and we were told as kids just never to talk about it, never bring it up, and so we didn't, and I respected that, but I always wondered, I wanted to ask questions, or I wanted to know more, and I appreciate this generation, which is the greatest generation. I think we'll all agree, right?
Yeah.
That sets such an example for us, and having you here today just to share a little bit of insight of what the day in the life of what it was means a lot.
But the selfless service, the honor, the integrity, all the different attributes and things that this generation has, the greatest generation has, it's incredible. And you think about talking to past relatives or people, it's an honor to have someone like yourself in front of us to talk to. And there's so many questions, and you're right, Jeff, there's so many things you don't know how to talk about. And people ask me about service or certain things, and I'm open and honest with them, and hopefully it helps them out. But the selfless service to our nation, that's one thing that a lot of people should know, get to know.
We got a question from Bill over here.
I just lost not too long ago my foxhole buddy, Andrew Jacobson, in California. He finally passed away. But Jake and I were foxhole buddies, and
Wow.
it was hard losing him, I'll tell you.
Sure.
You went over on the Queen Mary and you had that rotation of either one night on the decks and another night in the cabin. Did you follow that rotation?
I didn't hear.
On the Queen Mary, on your journey into Europe, you had that rotation
Yeah.
on deck and then below. Did you continue that rotation?
Until we landed in North Africa,
How
or
long?
in Europe, I mean.
How long a trip would that have taken you?
5 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we landed in Gourock, Scotland, because that was the only port at the time that the Queen Mary could land in.
Okay.
Yeah.
My father went over on the Queen Mary as well, and he tried sleeping once in the cabin, and he couldn't do it. So he just told his partner that he's swapping with,
Right.
"You have the cabin, I'll take the deck for the
Yeah,
whole ride."
yeah.
Because he couldn't take that riding in the cabin with emotions.
That's what we did. And part of us would sleep down below, part on the deck, and the next night you'd switch off.
Yeah.
And you get in the breakfast line, 5 o'clock in the morning. By the time you finished breakfast, it was time to get in the lunch line. And by the time you finished lunch, it was time to get in the dinner line. They're just constantly in a line. There was golly, thousands of troops on that Queen Mary.
My dad said they were in a hurry to get him over there on the Queen
Yeah,
Mary.
yeah,
But when the war was over, it was a 2-week steamer trip on the way back.
yeah.
There's no hurry there.
So you mentioned the Russians that made it to Berlin first. Did you ever, in the Czechoslovakia area down south, did you ever have any interaction with any Russian soldiers in the end? Did you ever see any of them or ever
No.
had no contact with those
No.
guys?
I wanted to bring up, we haven't mentioned, among your many awards and citations, you were awarded the Bronze Star,
Right.
which is a very high honor. And I'm not familiar with the citation. I've not seen the citation, but would you mind sharing with us what that award was for?
You know what that Bronze Star was for? Shooting down that
Was it?
airplane.
I assume so. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what it was for.
Wow.
Any other questions we may have out here? Dave, you have anything else?
I don't have any additional questions. I could sit here and ask you questions all day long, and I really appreciate your
Yeah, I
time.
know you do.
This is such a great honor.
I'm happy to be able to do it.
Thank you. You're a huge inspiration to all of us, to those that have served and to those that are
Right.
going to serve. And we really appreciate, can't express enough.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, you led the way, and I mean, there's people that followed in your footsteps, and hopefully, made your generation proud.
Doing a good job. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.